McGillicuddy and Murder's Pawn Shop, Episode 18. Cracked Mirror. September 26th, 1921. Continued. I showed the peculiar little man to Ariana. She picked up the wooden train car and held it. The wooden man moved slowly from side to side. His wound-up movement was starting to slow. Lazily, helplessly, he waved his little wooden sign that said, "Help me. I'm trapped." "That's disgusting," Ariana said. She handed the train car back to me. I felt a shiver. I wondered if she felt it too, that this little wooden man wasn't just a toy, that there was a human being inside of here somehow, enchanted and trying to get out. But then Ariana kept talking. "Why is this a toy?" she said. "What's funny about that? About someone being trapped in a train car?" She pressed her fingertips against her eyebrows. "I'm sorry. I know I'm overreacting. I'm just viciously cranky, and I want to go to bed." She looked at the train car again. "I know it's meant to be cute, like the man wandered into the circus and got locked in with the giraffes or something, and now he can't get out, and it serves him right for snooping, but I don't know. Something about it gives me the creeps." "I know," I said. "People always want to mock other people," Ariana said. "People always want other people to be stupid and inferior and the butt of their jokes. Women from China and men from Africa and stupid little wooden men in train cars. That's what I love about Magic Unusuals. It doesn't matter who you are, where you've come from. Everyone's got brown eyes with a bit of green, even if green is impossible for them genetically. The color of our soul windows all blends, and we're all the same thing." She stopped. She turned away. "That's quite true, Diary. Half of the people you've met already in this story are very much not Caucasian, although I shan't tell you who. People are people, and I'm not sure it should make any difference." "Ariana," I said, "I'm sorry." She was crying. Actually crying. "Ariana, what's going on?" "Maude, I hate this," she said. "You're so good. You're so lovely. I had no idea that life could be like this before I met you. You've changed everything." "Ariana, darling, don't cry. You're all right." But she hadn't finished. "I hate that little man because I feel the same way. I feel trapped. I feel stuck in one spot, in one way of living, and what if I don't want it anymore? What if I want to be someone else?" "You feel trapped because you're here," I said, "with me. You feel trapped because you're hiding with me." It was everything I was afraid of. Ariana was silent for a very long time. "I shouldn't have said that," she said. "Ariana, you're allowed to regret this." She barked out a laugh. "I don't regret this, Maude. Being here with you is the best thing that's ever happened to me." It occurred to me then that I knew Ariana very little. I had no idea why she felt trapped, or hated her life, especially since she insisted I was the best part of it. "Well, I'm not going anywhere," I said. I rubbed her shoulders, soothingly, the way my mother used to. She hiccuped. We laughed a little, and then we left the little man and his train car on the table. I decided now wasn't the time to tell Ariana about my weird feeling, about the wooden man somehow being alive. I left him in his circus train car, under a bit of moonlight. He wiggled feebly, like a final wave. Ariana and I searched the rest of McGillicuddy and Murders, but only half-heartedly. I had a funny feeling, like the trapped man hadn't been here before tonight. Maybe his was the presence I'd felt. Maybe he was the new odor in McGillicuddy and Murders. We didn't find anything, and we decided to go to sleep for the night. I lay awake for a long time. Finally, I drew you out, Diary, and I've been scribbling by the light of a street lamp, just a few windows away from me and Ariana's hiding spot. I'm worried. I'm wondering if this is the right choice. Staying here at McGillicuddy and Murders. I want to be close, in case Mr. McGillicuddy finds a place for us in the group. And to be honest, I can't think of a single other place we could stay. I can't rent hotels or apartments. I'm a wanted murderer. I suppose Ariana could rent an apartment somewhere, and I could just teleport into the living room. But she's a magic unusual now, and I feel like anyone with an address is easier to track. We wouldn't want the night enthusiasts to come knocking at our door. We've been safe here, but something is closing in, and I'm not sure how much longer we can stay. The place is becoming ominous to me. The newspaper, the train car. The pawn shop has been a place of refuge, but now it's beginning to feel like a trap. I took a short break, diary, and I went over to the train car. That was an absolute mistake. The train car is even more disturbing when you're all alone. I stared down at the tiny wooden face, and it stared back at me, with droopy, deformed, painted eyes. I felt like the train car was evil and twisted, and I felt like it was a message for me, that it belonged to me somehow. I do feel that. I feel like the man in the train car was left here for me. I stroked the painted wood with my fingers, and I whispered, I wish you were free, whoever you are. Who would lock a human soul inside a prison of wood? The little man swayed feebly. It gave me the creeps. I put the train car back on the table and returned to this diary entry. I think I'm going to sleep now. Best of luck, Melinda Maude Merkel, with whatever tomorrow brings. September 27th, 1921. Ariana and I bickered good-naturedly this morning about where to go. I say we bickered good-naturedly, and we did. We had smiles on our faces, and we tossed pillows at each other as we folded up our bedding. But there is tension behind everything we do now. I wonder, can she feel it too? I feel like something is closing in on us. I feel like something is about to descend. We're all smiles, and we're faking behind lightheartedness. But really, it's all denial. We're both fighting hard to act all right. Because once we lose McGillicuddy and murders, once we lose our link to Mr. McGillicuddy, I don't know what we're going to do. Well, diary, the bickering wasn't the worst part of the day. I've got a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I think I might have realized what my secret, magic, unusual power is. You know, Mr. McGillicuddy told me that some magic unusuals have special skills, extra skills, and you can never tell what skills they're going to be. Mine is valuable, and the night enthusiasts want it. Well, if my skill is what I think it is, I can understand why. This morning, after another breakfast of tinned sardines, I went to go check on the train car again. It had become a kind of morbid fascination with me. You know how you want to know exactly where a wasp is, if there's a wasp in the room? It was like that. I wanted to see what the train car had been up to, as though the little wooden man was going to get out from behind the bars and run around like a mouse on the floor. Well, he hadn't been running around like a mouse. When I reached the train car, it was gone. All that remained were shattered bits and pieces. Wooden wheels and splintered edges lay on the ground. The little wooden man was nowhere to be seen. Behind the destruction, one of the mirrors in McGillicuddy and Murders had cracked into 20 different pieces. It looked like it had been stabbed or punched. Jagged lines gleamed outward from a central impact. I put my hand over my nose and mouth, terrified. I think I did this. We hope you've enjoyed episode 18, Cracked Mirror, of McGillicuddy and Murders Pawn Shop. McGillicuddy and Murders Pawn Shop is written and performed by Minerva Sweeney Wren, all rights reserved. Please subscribe, share it with your friends, and support Minerva Sweeney Wren at patreon.com/MSW. Sweeney Wren. McGillicuddy and Murder's Pawn Shop will continue next week with episode 19, The Man from the Train Car.